Chinese nuclear development program that they have projected out over the next 10 to 20 years.
In response to the growing threat of Chinese hypersonic missiles, the US Navy has invested hundreds of millions of dollars into the development of high-power laser weapons. As tensions escalate between the US and China, the latter is emerging as a major rival on the global stage, with its economy and military expanding at an impressive rate. A potential conflict between the two superpowers could have far-reaching consequences, and the possibility of such a war remains uncomfortably plausible. Strained relations between the US and China are further exacerbated by China's unwavering ambition to incorporate Taiwan into its territory, and the US's staunch commitment to preserving Taiwan's autonomy.
Actions against Taiwan will be responded to in a serious way by the United States.
Yes, well, amen to that.
US President Joe Biden has even signed a defense spending bill allocating up to $10 billion in aid for Taiwan. Amidst the vastness of the world's oceans, the Stars and Stripes fly proudly over the imposing fleet of US aircraft carriers, which possess more than double the total deck space of all other nations combined. The USS Gerald Ford, a $17 billion supercarrier, epitomizes American dominance in naval power, continually pushing the boundaries in spite of other nations' attempts to catch up. As the first new class of American aircraft carriers in over 4 decades, the USS Gerald Ford signifies a bold new chapter in maritime supremacy. The United States' crowning achievement, these floating fortresses armed with state-of-the-art technology, serve as a testament to the ultimate expression of military power. Their mere presence can strike fear into adversaries' hearts and secure victory without a single shot fired. While the US continues to lead in this arena, other nations strive to develop their own formidable next-generation aircraft carriers. On the brink of a thrilling new era in naval history, we delve into the depths of these emerging giants, starting with the enigmatic star, the Gerald Ford class. In the shadows of naval prowess, the Gerald Ford class prepares to unveil the newest and most sophisticated carriers for the US Navy, with a total of 10 envisioned within this class. 2 are currently being forged, while the USS Gerald Ford has emerged from the depths, completed and now actively serving. As the most technologically advanced carrier known to man, it comes as no surprise that the US Navy had to cast aside more than 9,000 other projects to breathe life into the USS Gerald Ford. This gargantuan supercarrier flaunts a groundbreaking 100,000-ton displacement and harbors an astonishing 23 new technologies. Among these groundbreaking innovations, 3 rise as awe-inspiring wonders of the industry. Firstly, the carrier is fueled by 2 cutting-edge Bechtel A-1B nuclear reactors, empowering it to operate for a quarter of a century without refueling. With a top speed of around 30 knots, the supercarrier can swiftly navigate to any nation on Earth to bolster allies or intimidate adversaries. Secondly, the USS Ford can house up to 75 fighter jets and UAVs, including the Navy's coveted 5th-generation F-35 Sea Lightning II. Born from the Pentagon's most costly weapons program, totaling a staggering $400 billion, this aircraft boasts versatile capabilities, such as close air support, vertical takeoff and landing, and more. The USS Ford also stands ready to accommodate, launch, and retrieve the Navy's future 6th-generation F/A-XX fighter when it materializes. Thirdly, the USS Ford brandishes a trailblazing electromagnetic launch system capable of catapulting an array of aircraft types into the sky within the briefest possible distance. The carrier also comes equipped with an arresting gear that adeptly brings them to a halt, averting any unintentional dives into the ocean's abyss. These systems are crafted to endure 4,100 takeoffs and 16,500 landings before encountering any setbacks. Though this claim has yet to be corroborated, it remains an extraordinary feat. As France toils on comparable systems, we cannot help but ponder how their carrier will measure up. The French government is currently hastening its next-generation aircraft carrier program known as PANG, which aspires to replace the 38,000-ton Charles de Gaulle aircraft carrier. Destined to commence construction in a mere 2 years, the PANG aircraft carrier will soon serve the French Navy. Fueled by 2 K-22 nuclear reactors, the carrier boasts a significant 75% more tonnage than its forerunner, the Charles de Gaulle. This 75,000-ton behemoth can attain speeds of nearly 27 knots and possesses virtually boundless range thanks to its nuclear propulsion system, which also optimally powers all onboard systems. Among these state-of-the-art systems are next-generation electromagnetic catapults and arresters. Initially, the carrier will dispatch the ALM aircraft, ultimately transitioning to the new 6th-generation fighter crafted by France, Germany, and Spain. First showcased at the 2019 Paris Air Show, this fighter jet is as captivating in design as it is lethal in capability. Accompanying the manned fighter into the battlefield will be unmanned drones, executing tasks delegated by the pilot. The Pang is uniquely designed to accommodate these drones, rendering it one of the first carriers beyond the US to achieve such a marvel. In addition to the drones and up to 32 fighters, the carrier will also host an impressive number of helicopters. To command these advanced systems and air-based assets, the Pang will have a crew of over 2,000 sailors. All of these cutting-edge features are accompanied by a price tag of around $5 billion. Turning our gaze from America's ally to its rival, China has also been making remarkable strides in aircraft carrier evolution, with the world's second-largest fleet of carriers. On June 17, 2022, the enigmatic Fuzhou emerged China's new aircraft carrier, bearing an uncanny resemblance to the American supercarrier. For instance, it forgoes the assisted takeoff ramps of its forerunners. As a new and significant component of China's naval prowess, the veil of secrecy shrouds the Fuzhou. Yet, we know that it features electromagnetic launch systems, albeit only 3 compared to the Ford's 4. Equipped with a conventional steam turbine-based propulsion system, the Fuzhou's technology is somewhat inferior to nuclear propulsion. With an 80,000-ton displacement, it is 20% lighter than the Ford, and its more modest size accommodates a smaller air wing. Although the exact number of supported aircraft remains cloaked in mystery, the Fuzhou's capabilities will undoubtedly furnish the Chinese Navy with a plethora of mission options. Its electromagnetic launch systems enable a vast array of aircraft to take off from the enigmatic carrier. The Fuzhou symbolizes a significant milestone as China's first indigenous aircraft carrier, showcasing the nation's burgeoning manufacturing capabilities and military might. Meanwhile, one of China's neighbors, South Korea, is also delving into the mysterious realm of aircraft carrier development. South Korea's CVX, an aircraft carrier in development for the Republic of Korea Navy, is set to become their first ever carrier. Originating from the Blue Water Navy Modernization Program initiated in 2001, the CVX will join South Korea's advanced naval assets, such as the Sejong the Great-class destroyers, Incheon-class frigates, Type 214 submarines, and Dokdo-class amphibious assault ships. The CVX will feature an axial flight deck similar to those used by the US Navy's Wasp, Tarawa, and America-class ships. In August 2020, South Korea's Ministry of Defense confirmed the procurement of 20 F-35Bs for the CVX. The carrier will also accommodate future marine attack helicopters of the Republic of Korea Marine Corps. With a 45,000-ton displacement, the aircraft carrier will achieve a top speed of 27 knots and cost roughly $1.8 billion. The CVX is scheduled for commissioning in 2030 and expected to enter service in 2033, reinforcing South Korea's position among Asia's aircraft carrier operating nations, which include China, Japan, India, and Thailand. Countries like South Korea, China, France, and the US are all keen to strengthen their naval power and extend their reach across the oceans. As most of these aircraft carriers are set to officially enter service in the 2030, the upcoming decade is poised to be an exciting one. However, despite China's announcement of a new hypersonic missile capable of sinking the Gerald Ford-class supercarriers in seconds, current data and predictions suggest that the American Gerald Ford-class supercarriers remain the most formidable. Despite China's announcement of a new hypersonic missile capable of sinking the Gerald Ford in seconds, the US Navy is preparing to upgrade the carrier with advanced wheeled laser defense systems, creating what we'll call the Laser USS Gerald Ford. Regardless of missile speed, the Navy expects its laser weapons to disintegrate them mid-flight. This is not far-fetched, as lasers travel at the speed of light, 186,000 miles per second, making even hypersonic missiles slow in comparison and thus easy targets for laser interception. Additionally, lasers offer an unlimited magazine as long as they are connected to a power source. The Ford's 2 A-1B reactors, the most powerful engines ever installed on a ship, can run for 25 years without refueling, providing ample energy for laser weapons. Lasers also have a low firing cost compared to air defense missiles, with each laser shot costing between $1 to $10 to neutralize targets, while air defense missiles cost $1 million to $10 million per shot. This cost-effectiveness is a significant advantage for the US Navy, especially when confronting economically competitive adversaries like China. To build a laser weapon powerful enough to eliminate hypersonic missiles and compatible with the USS Ford, the US Navy developed a series of increasingly potent laser weapons. In 2014, the 33-kilowatt NSEQ-3 laser weapon system, LAWS, was completed and ready for sea trials. Tested twice on the amphibious transport ship USS Ponce, LAWS showed promising results. The next iteration was the 60-kilowatt high-energy laser with integrated optical dazzler and surveillance system, HELIOS, developed by Lockheed Martin. While scalable to 150 kilowatts, HELIOS was deemed insufficient to counter even supersonic missiles, let alone hypersonic ones. A 300-kilowatt laser, like the High-Energy Laser Counter ASCM program, HELCAP, would be required to intercept supersonic cruise missiles. The Pentagon is currently aiming to develop a 1-megawatt laser weapon capable of neutralizing hypersonic missiles. Northrop Grumman has already been awarded a contract to create such a weapon, and in July 2022, the company completed a preliminary design of a high-energy laser that combines multiple beams into a powerful 1-megawatt ray. This groundbreaking weapon could determine whether the USS Ford and other American carriers remain the formidable, indomitable megaships of the US Navy or become vulnerable, costly liabilities. In this ongoing silent struggle between the US and China, laser weapons have the potential to tip the scales in favor of the US Navy. By annihilating China's fastest and most advanced missiles in an instant, these laser weapons ensure that the US Navy maintains a crucial advantage at a significantly lower cost compared to traditional air defense missiles. As technology evolves and these new weapons are integrated into the world's naval forces, the balance of power may shift, leading to a new era of maritime conflict and competition. Only time will tell how the development and deployment of advanced laser weapons will impact the future of naval warfare. Thank you for watching this video on the future of naval warfare and the role of laser weapons in it. We hope you found it informative and thought-provoking. As technology continues to advance and nations compete for dominance in the seas, the development and deployment of these advanced weapons will undoubtedly shape the future of naval warfare. If you would like to learn more about this topic, please feel free to continue exploring the related content on your screen.